Two irrevocably hostile humanoids.
Talking Dicks, we're a spin-off podcast, vlogcast, whatever you want to call it, from the popular series, The Two Dicks. And I'm with my partner who needs to make a dentist appointment during the pandemic.
COVID has killed me, man. I can't. I'm falling apart.
Do you have it? Have you been tested?
I got the corona, and I got my teeth are all...
Let me take your temperature. 99.7. 99.7. Can you see that?
These, you know what would have been great? Being a comic in the 40s or 50s. You could have a career just wearing these teeth.
Right there.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the guy with the teeth. We love him.
Oh, my goodness.
Every way. He's going to be on Ed Sullivan again, the guy with the teeth.
He's on like twice every 2 months. Once a month.
Yep. That was the bit. You have teeth. Hilarious.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
Feed your family.
All right.
Good feed your family.
Yeah, man. How are you, Alfred? How's it going over there in Los Angeles?
Well, we have a lot of smoke, haze, because of the fires. They're happening.
Smoke on the water?
Smoke on the water, smoke in the bong, smoky.
Did you ever play guitar as a kid?
I did not play guitar, although my friends had a guitar at a party once. It was his older brother's, and he came out with it, and he said, "Does anybody know how to play the guitar?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And they said, "Really? Cool." And they handed it to me, and everybody gathered around, and I did the old, I didn't really do anything with it. I just made noise with it. Did I answer your question?
Well, my point was, if you played, everyone played "Smoke on the Water." That was the first song you learned. Everyone, knew how to play "Smoke on the Water."
If I had your teeth, and I did that with the guitar bit back in the 40s and 50s, I would be headlining Vegas.
Funny stuff.
Smoke
Still funny.
on the water.
We're in 2020 in a pandemic, and these are they're still funny. I think they still work.
I think they're funny.
They still bring it.
I used to buy
nice piece of biz.
I would go to the joke shop in Boston because I lived in Cranston, Rhode Island. But sometimes we'd take the train, round trip on the train. I think it was like $7 or $8. It was stupid. I think it was either equal or less than the bus, and to be on a train, it'd be awesome. But
were you in the dining car? Did you meet in the bar car first, have cocktails, and go to the dining car for a smart dinner? And that sounds lovely. And maybe you have your little berthing area.
We were
next stop.
We were teenagers, young adults. And we weren't really drinking on the train because we couldn't get served.
I understand.
We didn't bring our own booze. We didn't want to get thrown off, but we would go to the joke shop in Boston, and I would get all the little. It was a magic joke shop, and I would get all the little gadgets, the teeth, the vampire teeth. I get the little snot, the little.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's got a little ball on the end of it, and you stick it. It stays right up there and it hangs down, and then we just start talking to people. Excuse me, do you know the time? And they'd be like, yeah, wow. And they wouldn't say, dude, wipe your nose. Right. They'd be like, yeah, it's 4:07. And
now you'd have the other kid would be filming.
Yeah.
We never filmed it, And remember snapping gum?
Yeah.
You pull the gum out. You offer someone a stick of gum. They pull it out. They didn't notice the gum's metal for some reason. They didn't. I don't know why that. It's like, you pull it out. It's a piece of metal with a mousetrap little
a spring
thing on it. Yeah.
What about the buzzer?
A fake ink. Oh, you spilled ink all over the.
Oh, my shirt. What do you?
It's fake.
It disappears.
Fake.
Disappearing ink.
Fake dog shit. Oh, these are. I mean, it goes on and on.
I had the fake dog shit.
The good times that could be had, and that's where these babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to put. I would put the fake dog shit in college. I would put it on my roommate's pillow, and be like, "What the f***?
We don't even have a dog. How did this happen?" I guess people didn't think that far into it. Hey, speaking of bits and goofy things and all, when we went off the air last week, you were telling me a story that I wanted to hear on the pod here of your childhood with an above-ground pool and was it a squirrel?
Oh, yes. Well, we had the above ground. It was like a 4-foot above. My dad and I actually installed it in the backyard. We were navy blue collar, white trashy. But we actually took our fence apart so that we could get the pool parts. We bought like a used pool above ground, and my dad and I put the sand out there, and we made a little deck, and we had a slide, and it was awesome. And when you're, 12 years old and you have a pool in the neighborhood, everybody wants to go in your pool. But my job was to take care of the pool, so I would do that. I would skim it. I'd get the bugs out. I'd put the chlorine tablets in. I'd check the pump, make sure everything was operating properly, check the pH levels. That was my job. And in the wintertime, I had to put the pool cover on with this inflatable pillow to keep the ice off.
I don't know if this is the story we've been waiting on for 4 days. There's more to this.
Yes.
Imagine, right?
So a squirrel.
The history of the pool. Not that it wasn't funny or interesting.
I'm trying to set it up for the people at home to visualize it.
We lost those people.
They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, chlorine tabs and fuck this. Out. They're gone.
How do we get more followers? Oh!
Yeah. Hey, Ducharme's talking about how to care for an above ground pool. Put on Talking Decks.
Everybody gather around.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Seems he built a deck out of a fence or something. Come on.
Well, I was just saying, I wasn't afraid to get my hands dirty. I had manual labor.
Get to the squirrel. Get to the squirrel, sir.
Well, we had this 40-foot pine tree in the backyard, and a squirrel fell and went through the cover into the pool and through the ice, and he was under the ice. So we knew what happened, so we had to wait till spring for him to, and then we had to remove him with the net, and he was like... It was horrible. It was disgusting. And I have this thing for squirrels, too, because I rescued a baby squirrel.
Sir?
What?
Oh. I didn't know what that meant. You have a thing for squirrels. I didn't know what that meant.
Get the Crisco and drop your pants. Who's next?
Never heard anyone come out with that. I have a thing for squirrels.
It wasn't a hamster. It was a squirrel.
Understood.
Anywho, but you also have a pool story. You had the Tampa. You had the built-in pool because you're rich.
Yeah, that's the reason. But we had the pool, and last year I went out in the old backyard there, and my dog Max had gotten mixed it up with a possum. You always feel bad for these possums. You know what I mean? They're kind of ugly, but they don't hurt anybody. They're
docile.
Actually good. They're good for your yard. Actually, they eat ticks, and they're good. But the dog out there seeing a possum, forget it. And this was a pretty good sized possum, but my dog Max there just took him from the middle and tore him apart like a toy, like a dog toy. You know what I mean? Just ripped the thing to shreds. There wasn't a lot left. The old possum, though, when he died, his face literally was frozen in that fear. So when I went out there, the possum had that look of right before the teeth came and ripped him apart. He was, So I didn't know what to do with a goddamn thing. It's all, guts are everywhere, so I took my pool net, and I scooped them up like a shovel using the pool net, and then I looked at my fence and I thought, well, I could just fling them over in a neighbor's yard and they won't be any the wiser. This is midnight, 1 a.m, So I take the old net and I go, woo, and splash. And I hear it landed in my neighbor's pool, and this bloody, gross pot must have just sunk to the bottom. And you're talking that pool, forget it. That thing's got to be drained. It's got to be, everything. It's new water, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
I heard splash and ran for it. You know what I mean? I ran and hid and never heard anything about it again.
Of course not. But now you said it was like midnight, 1 a.m. Did you have a couple of cocktails thinking you're going to get away?
I might have had a cocktail or so. But you see, I got right to the story, sir. I didn't talk about, my chlorine tablets and checking the pH levels. You know what I'm saying?
Well, clearly you're the better storyteller. So, hey, what's going on? Is that an electrical box over here in the corner? You have your door open today. I can see your Beatles. But is that looks shitty. That electrical.
That's an electrical.
Is that the
it's an
breaker
electrical
switch?
box.
It's the breaker switcher
That's
thing.
for the breakers.
That is heinous. Why wouldn't you keep your door closed? I hate looking at that.
Because I was asked to keep it open. some son of a bitch said, "Keep the door open. Keep it open next episode so I can shit on you." How awful.
He had the door opened after we were recording the other day, and I said, "I like the Beatles thing in the back." He goes, "Yeah, but the breaker switch box is right there, and it looks shitty." I'm like, "No, it looked fine. No one's going to notice. No one's going to point it out."
Yeah.
I set him up.
You set me up, man. Well done. I like it. Knocked me down.
Little prank.
Hey, we gotta bring up a thing. I had an idea. And we both kind of kicked it around, and we think might be pretty good for our Patreon page.
Okay.
For our members, our patrons on our Patreon page.
Our supporters. Our supporters. The people that are actually contributing to the art of the Talking
and
Dicks and the Two Dicks.
We have a new member.
And we do have a new member. Is it Ralph?
Ralph Kimber.
Ralph Kimber the third. He's our cigar herf buddy, a friend of Jim,
patron.
A buddy of Jim Minnelli's. You're a guy that you were in the Navy with.
Yeah, they're good buddies. They're always smoking the old cigars together. And yesterday or last night, Ralph joined the Patreon page, and he is now a member. So this kicked in with the whole thing because I was thinking, I'd like to do something for the patrons, something special kind of deal. And we thought, you know what we'll do? How about a meet and greet via Zoom?
That's a great idea. We'd have all the supporters.
All the patrons
would be on a Zoom together. And
with us.
And yes, on the Patreon membership page, no one else can see it, right?
And we all can meet each other, talk it up. It'll be great. It'll be a lot of fun. And we'll do that on the Patreon page. We'll set it all up, and we'll send out invites to everyone. So just throwing it out there on this show, if you'd like to become a patron of the Patreon page, join, and then you'll be part of this Zoom meeting we're all going to have. We're all going to be bullshitting and talking about whatever you guys want to talk about, and it'll be pretty good. Maybe we'll have some cocktails. Maybe we'll make it a sort of a cocktail hour.
A Patreon cocktail. So there's still some people that don't know what the Patreon is. It's a tell them.
Yeah, they're dumb.
If you want to contribute and support us financially, you become a member, and as a member, you get to see things in advance, way before anybody else gets to see them, such as a new episode or an exclusive interview, and you get to see them 2-3 weeks, a month in advance before anybody else, and you'll be able to get to see other things that no one else can see.
Yeah, we've been putting stuff on there.
We're still working out the details because we did do the one interview, and we had it for like 3 weeks before we released it to the masses.
Yeah. But we still have 2 interviews on there that have not been released. Mm-hmm. We have other stuff. I just put up a little film of me in Atlantic City a few years ago, behind the scenes kind of thing, and we have stuff up there, but this will be kind of cool. It'll only be for Patreon members, and we'll all be Zooming, and we'll make it a cocktail hour. I know Ralph enjoys a cocktail. I'm sure our other members do, and we'll all have our drinks, and we'll chat it up, and we'll mock the people who aren't patrons.
That's right. Well, welcome aboard, Ralph, and thank you again for your support. That is awesome. And now Ralph already has a mug and a coaster. He's already...
He's a good man.
We got to send him something else. We got to figure out what we're going to send him.
Well, I'll look around the the store.
Give him a hand or maybe I don't know. Maybe a T-shirt. We'll see. We'll look into it.
Yeah,
we got to take inventory. I think
maybe I'll give him a.
Oh,
how about a DVD? Yeah, there we go. Fucking thing. I'll send all Ralph a. This is a DVD I have of some old TV comedy appearances.
There we go.
I'll send that out of the mail to Ralph at some point soon. Hey, you know what? By the way, this show's going. This is a full goddamn show today.
It's a full goddamn show today.
There's no filler in this.
There's no
one.
filler.
This is a full goddamn show.
There's none. Zero. Zilch. No filler. All right, that was
Do
filler.
we have time to go to the mailbox? Or we want to save
Questions.
All right, we got a question here. This is from Daryl, our buddy Daryl Robinson.
Oh,
Is it
yes.
Williams. I don't know. I can't remember his last name, but Daryl, and he writes, "Your taste in music is so cool. Favorite bands, artists besides The Doors and The Who?"
This is.
I guess he assumed.
That's directed to you.
I think it's maybe it says it was sent to the two dicks.
But I think he's going. Yeah. All right. I'm a little.
No, I think it's based on because I put some music behind those Instagram stories, and I tend to go heavy on The Doors and The Who.
Right.
So he spotted that.
Yeah, I went more 50s. I went Car 54 and all that other stuff and Highway Patrol. But okay.
But who would be your favorite? Who do you? What's a favorite band, Alfred? You get in the car. You got an hour drive. You want to throw on some music. Who are you listening to?
Well, again, I like the classic rock, but now my rock or my music that I was listening to, some of it was even a little progressive. I still enjoy. I enjoy the Foo Fighters. I think they're one of the last true rock and roll American rock and roll bands, and there's a little commercial sound to them at times, but I really dig them. I like their sound. I was a big YouTube guy when I was in college.
Yeah.
I used to play that stuff to death, and but getting back more into your Beatles, you can't go wrong. The Who, like you said, that's it right there.
Yeah, I like those choices. I like Foo Fighters. I can't understand a goddamn word he says, which annoys me.
I got a confession to make.
I'm your fool. Yeah, I like a more of an enunciator. You know what I mean? I like to hear the lyric. So I like the Doors. The Doors. Jim Morrison is so. Jim Morrison enunciates like nobody's business.
Well,
you get every word, it's fantastic.
He's a poet.
I put
he had the nads.
Instagrams.
The nads? No, wait a minute. Hold on. What are the vocal things? I should know this.
I don't know, Mr. Voiceover Artist.
I screwed up. What is it called?
They're not nads.
No,
I'll tell you that much. The hell's wrong with we had the nads. Right?
Yeah, the neck testicles. They're very big in the voiceover artist world.
Yeah, we had an Instagram story last week, and I put some Jim Morrison from the American Prayer album.
I did listen to that. I relayed it.
Yeah.
I put it on my Facebook and my Instagram.
That's one I don't think the average Door fan knows, but well worth downloading and checking out because the music. I mean, the poetry on it is great, but the music's unbelievable. Ray Manzarek and they're playing some serious jazz on that thing, man. It's well worth a listen for anyone who kind of likes that. So that's your answer there, Daryl. I had the whores. The whores.
The whores in your neck. There's two whores in your neck.
I like the whores, and Alfred likes some nads in the neck. There you go. That's our
episode.
Yeah.
All right, we're out. Hey, thanks again, Ralph. Woohoo!
I'm going over there. Oh my
God. Subscribe. Mary.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money.